Hello and welcome to the Cookbook Club. My name is Elaine and I'm a Community Engagement Associate with the Ajax Public Library. Today we are going to be making these acorn cookies. I don't know if you can see them well enough here, but just simple little sugar cookies with some Hershey Kisses and a little chip on top. So the whole purpose of this cookbook club is to test out recipes that are in cookbooks that we have in the library's collection. These books can either be found within the library branches themselves, or you can get them from our downloadable collections either through Overdrive, Hoopla, or Freeding. The particular book that we're going to be testing out today is the Betty Crocker Big Book of Cookies. And the recipe we're trying out is the basic sugar cookie, which can be found on page 23. This book is available for download from Hoopla or from Freeding. So in order to do this recipe, it's very simple. It's very good for beginners. Basic ingredients that are easy to find. I'm going to let you go and find the ingredients yourself, but I will show you how we are going to assemble these cookies. The basic dough, once it's all mixed up, looks like this. Of course, you get more dough. This is just a small sampling of it. You probably get, depending on the size of the cookies, around 4 or 5 dozen altogether. If you are making these acorn cookies, however, you probably end up with over 100. So I'm not sure that you're going to quite want to be making that much. So in order to actually make these cookies for the acorns, the easiest way I found is just to break off a little bit of dough in your hand, probably the size of a peanut, probably maybe a little bigger. And I'm just going to move this aside, and I'm going to get my baking sheet. I've lined the baking sheet with parchment. I find using parchment when I'm doing baking is the easiest way to go. So you're going to take your little ball of dough, you're going to roll it in your hand to make a ball. So if it goes together well, let's get a little bit more. Then you're just simply going to place it on your cookie sheet. Now you do want to flatten it down, so I'm just using the bottom of one of my measuring cups here. Give it a little pat down, kind of shape it into a little circle if it doesn't come out quite right. It doesn't have to be perfect. Nature isn't perfect. And you're just going to keep repeating that process. So I'm just going to do a couple of more. And we're going to flatten that one down. Oops. Now, if you want to make sure that it's going to actually fit on your Hershey Kiss, or it's not going to be too big or too small, you can kind of test it. Take one of your wrapped up Hershey Kisses, just place it on top, and you can kind of gauge around what size the actual cookie is going to be. Do keep in mind that the cookies will expand as they cook. So I'm just going to do one more to give you an idea. And you can keep going, depends on how many Hershey Kisses you have or how many of these acorn cookies you want. So you go ahead, you fill up your tray if that's what you want to do. You're going to pop these in the oven at 375 degrees for about 6 minutes or so. Now I have gone ahead and done some in advance. So I'm just going to show you how to assemble this cookie. Very easy. You're going to have some unwrapped Hershey Kisses ready to go. You're also going to want some chocolate chips, or you can use semi-sweet chips. It's up to you. You're also going to need an icing as well in order to glue everything together. This is simply melted chocolate chips with just a little butter in them, just to make sure that the chocolate doesn't cool down too fast and become too hard to use as a glue. So I'm just going to stir this up a little bit. Then what you're going to do is take one of your Hershey Kisses. You are going to dip it into your glue or icing. You're going to take your cookie and you're going to attach your Hershey Kiss onto the flat bottom part of the cookie. Just give it a little push so that it sticks on there. Then you're going to flip it over and you're going to repeat the process, but this time with one of the little or small chocolate chips. So we're just going to put that in the glue and stick that on top. Now this is a great project that you can do with the little ones in the kitchen. It does get messy, but hey, cooking is supposed to be fun, and messier the better for some people. So anyway, that is your basic little acorn cookie. If you find that the glue or the icing is still a little runny, you can put these in the refrigerator just to firm up a little bit. And that's pretty much all there is to it. If your family is anything like mine, these acorns will not last very long. So once again, this recipe did come from the Betty Crocker book of the Betty Crocker Big Book of Cookies. If you do check it out, you'll also find an awful lot of Halloween cookies that will also be good for you and the little ones to try out later in this month. And that's all I have for you today. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you soon.